Scott Marsh and Doug Kelly on the call. You can also access their broadcast on TuneIn Radio by searching for Sports 1140 KHTK's station page. We'll start with opening comments from head coach Dan Hawkins.
Well, it was good to win at home. It was good to be at home. And fortunately, we were at Cal, which was just down the road. So I always love being home early on just for the kids that work hard and play on your scout team. You're trying to get other guys in the game and for them to be a part of it. I thought we had a pretty good crowd considering our students haven't showed up yet. So hopefully when we come back the next time, that'll be add even more to that. Thought we got out to a good start. Played well, did a lot of really nice things. I thought our defense was really dominating, ton of sacks. Didn't get as many turnovers as we'd like. Had some real bright moments in the special teams area, a couple of dark moments we got to work on. I told the guys, I think the beauty of our program right now a little bit is we're really trying to meet our own standard and compete against our own standard, not get so hung up in the score and the result of what happens. That's a good thing. So we certainly were happy we won, but plenty of things to learn from, and looking forward to going back to Fargo. Obviously the benchmark not only for FCS football, but for all of college football right now. And I certainly admire the work they've done there and their fan base and a great environment. So it'll be good. Been a while since I've gone against the Bison, and I played against the Bison when I was here and coached against them as well, and got to see them firsthand both the last two national championship games. So certainly a worthy fan base and a worthy football team. And but I think every kid when he's growing up and playing football, you want to have these kind of matchups, these kind of environments. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun for our guys.
Questions?
Are you happy with the progression from day one to Saturday night?
I don't know if that's always a good happy. I don't know if it's always exactly happy. I was talking to the guys this morning. I always try to be a little bit uncomfortable just myself of, I think we're getting there. We still have a lot of ways to go. I think we're trying to figure out who we are as a football team and establishing our identity, and we're starting to see people step forward and kind of figuring those things out. I don't know if always happy or contented is the right word. You're pleased that you won. You're pleased that got a lot of guys in. Had some really outstanding performances by some guys, that's for sure. And certainly happy to be in the environment. I just think, I don't know, for me, I'm always on the march. I'm always looking for something better. I want to know why we can't get the lights to come on here longer. I want to have bigger flagpoles out there. I'm just wired that way, and that doesn't make it bad at all. It's just kind of how I'm wired.
When you're looking at moving things forward, not only this season, but as a program, when you go up against an opponent like North Dakota State, who has been that gold standard, what is it about that program that has sustained that success? Well,
financially, they've really supported it. And so you have the facilities and budgets and salaries and scholarships to match all that and maximize what they're about. And I mean, it all starts with your players. You've got to get good players, and players want to go where they're going to be supported, and they got a chance to win and do the things that they've done. And so immense support. All you have to do is go to Frisco and witness the thousands upon thousands of Bison vehicles that are wrapped that make that long journey down there every year. They're like geese. They know where to go every winter down to Frisco, Texas. But they certainly have resources, and they backed it. They backed it over the years. And you look at our programs where we were at one point and where they are, and I think we have the full capability to get there for sure. But they've had a number of great players, but that all starts with, like I said, an administration, a fan base, the financial resources to get those guys there.
You had Crawford and Vaughn that had big games on Saturday. Comment on how they've been playing for you.
Yeah, Bruce, I just, gosh, I just so proud of these guys in so many different ways, and I'll just talk about KV, Chris Vaughn. Just the way he trains every day and his attention to detail and his coachability, there's nobody better than him. And those who've been around the program for a couple of years know it's not been easy. He's dealt with some injuries. he's gone through a number of situations where it's just been very tough on him. And rather than shrink back, rather than get beat down, all he's done is come back even stronger. And like I said, it's just really pleasing to see him have that kind of success. But anybody that's in our program every day and watches how he trains and how he practices, how he finishes, how he focuses on the little things, not surprising at all. Now the same thing could be said, of Cron. He's gone through his own battles of adversity too in different ways. But so many times in that game, just the nuances of the way he does things, and Jake has such a ultimate trust in him because he knows he's going to be where he's supposed to be when he's supposed to be there. And all the plays that he makes, I think sometimes people kind of go, oh yeah, man, great player. Well, he is, but again, watch him practice. Watch his attention to detail. Watch his attention to detail and his intentionality when he catches the football, when he runs routes. He's becoming sort of a coach on the field for us as well now, kind of getting people lined up. So not surprising that those two guys had the games they've had because of the people they are and the way they train. And Coach Brown always tells the DBs, you don't rise to the level of the occasion, you fall back to your level of training. And those guys, when you train at a high level, I always yell out, fight like you train, train like you fight. And that's how it is. I mean, if you don't train like you want to fight, you won't fight. You will fight like you train. So you better make sure that's a high level. And both those guys off the charts.
Then is this North Dakota State team as good yet as the other teams?
Whoo, boy, they're pretty darn good. They're pretty darn good in every way, shape, or form. They're still a big, strong, physical team that can run you over. They got a running quarterback. They've got a bevy of wide receivers. They do a ton of things, shift, motion, formations. They'll throw the whole smorgasbord up against the wall on you. And, at the heart and soul of it, they can still punch you in the mouth and knock you off the ball. And then you've got to be able to adapt to all the other stuff. And then defensively, same way, just real structurally sound. Obviously got a lot of great players over there and been in that system for a long time. They know what they're doing. It's tough to get them out of position. They're just really fun to watch. A really solid football team.
Looking back a little bit, 1982, I think it was 1914 against these guys, and you were in it. What sticks out in your mind about that personally and team-wise?
Well, obviously it was a big game for us. I remember playing here, and I don't think the folks were too happy that the playoff game was here. I think that was the game where the grass wasn't in the greatest of shape, and Bob Slater made some type of a comment and went to the Marac Hall for a little bit of a discussion at some point. So that was always part of the game story. They were a veer team then, and so they're going to grind it out against you. Big, strong, physical team on defense. I know that. I know we prepare ourselves for a physical game. It was a close, hard-fought game. Kenny went down in that game. Kenny O'Brien went down in that game, and Scott Berry came in and finished it. And then, of course, they were on the march at the end, and Coach Foster guessed right and ran nickel package on the goal line when they had to score a touchdown, and they went pop pass, and we were able to knock that thing away and win a close game. And then we had to go back there, to play in the playoffs when I was coaching, and obviously very tough football teams. But Coach Morton, I knew him. I've known a lot of guys that have been through there over the years, and obviously I have a ton of relatives up in that area, so I've been aware of Bison football for a long time.
What personally for you stuck out in that?
Well, obviously extremely happy that we ended up going to the national championship game. But I just remember being a very tough physical football game. I mean, you had to buckle up. It was, those guys had size and strength and athletic ability, and it was a physical game. And we had, our running game at the time was a physical type running game. And, when you're playing full guard, you're running into somebody pretty much every single play. And so it was one of those contests that you kind of relish. It was late in the fall, and the leaves had fallen off the ground, and it was kind of a little bit of a romantic atmosphere that way. Huge crowd. But it was one of those games, again, as a college football player, you want to be in those type of games. They mean something. They're intense. That's why you train. That's why you play.
Thank you.
Talk about the Fargo Dome a little bit.
I've been in it. I have not played in it. I've been in it. Obviously, we played in Idaho State's dome a couple years ago. And I played in Idaho's dome as well, so I've been in domes before. we know it'll be loud and it'll be a ruckus environment, and that's good, really. It's you want to be in that kind of environment. That's why you play, and that's why you do this. You want to be in those intense environments. But to have two good teams going at it in an intense environment will be a lot of fun, and I think it's really what makes college football special.
Everybody healthy?
Yep. How's your Achilles?
Thank you for asking.
Good. My hip's coming around. Bob, your knee?
It's fine.
Knee's good.
Good.
Spot's back.
Your back. How's your back?
Back's good.
Back's good
Swimming
too.
has cured everything.
Oh, there you go. Less pounding.
Any additional questions about this weekend's game?
Anything changed in 38 years with North Dakota?
Well, they don't run the veer,
Yeah, that's true.
but they still run option football with a quarterback.
I remember watching those guys and back there that year, and the hands lagging fans would be cheering because we stuffed them, and you'd look up and it's 2nd and 2. You know, because they just had
Yeah,
that surge
yeah,
off the line.
pounded on you. Yeah, had to get negative plays. They were really good at it. Really good at it. They were a veer team for a long time.
Talk just a little bit about Lance. The quarterback.
Oh gosh, he's really multi-talented. I mean, the kid can really run. He throws a really great ball, good feet. I think their package is, I mean, as diverse to some degree, if not more, than Easton last year. And he plays with a lot of poise. You watch him; he plays with a tremendous amount of poise for a younger guy, with a good cast around him. Really, really talented player.
Thank you very much. Once again, video stream, audio broadcast, and live stat links for Saturday's 12:30 p.m. Pacific time kickoff between number 4 UC Davis and number 1 North Dakota State. All links are available at ucdavisaggies.com.
All right, thanks.
Thank you
Go
very
Aggies.
much, Coach. 1-on-1?